everyone, this is Yvonne from Yvonne Ceramics. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how to do surface decoration on my berry bowls. So I have hand built these berry bowls. This one is leather heart, and I have one that is already glazed fired. So these are mini berry bowls. First, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the Underglaze transfer. So I got this from Sanbao Studio. They have a website online, you can go check it out. And this video is not sponsored by them, so I'm just showing you how to use them. This is Overglaze decal. It looks yellow on the background, but then after firing, the yellow would disappear. So I'll show you how to do that. And I'll also show you when the clay is in leather heart stage, how to do carving as well. We're going to start with applying the Underglaze decal. So this is Underglaze decal or Underglaze transfer. It is colored, print on this thin tissue paper. So this is the color side, and then there is the back side. This is the back side. It's best to apply on when the clay is leather hard. So this is leather hard right now. I like to trim off the edge like this one, trim off the edge with a pair of scissors. And then I will measure how much I'll need. So for this berry bowl, I'll measure about this much. So this is about how much I'll need. I'll make a little marking here. That's where I'm going to cut. And right here, it's about how much I'll need. Here. So that's about how much I will be cutting. That's one piece of transfer. And I have my pair of scissors. I'm just going to cut this. Of course, you can cut like a little bit more, but these are quite expensive, so I wanted to save them and not cut any extra. So this is that much. So remember, this is the front side, this is the back side, and that's my clay. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so this is where I cut. Okay, let's try again. I made a mistake. Okay, that's good. So that's the front and that's the back. I love this pattern because this is for my berry bowl, and I thought it's fitting for kind of the summery theme for it. So I'm gonna lay this flat, and then I'll use my damp sponge here. So I have a little sponge with a little bit of water, and I'm going to just sponge this onto my clay. Just like that. You don't want to have too much water because it might smear the transfer. So if you need more water, just put it in your bucket of water, and then we apply. You want to make sure it gets on everywhere. So right here, these spots, I need to make sure there's water there. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So if you think that this looks really good, you can peel off a corner to kind of peek to see if all the transfer has gone onto the clay. So I'm just gonna slowly peel this off. Yep, okay. And then as you can see here, some of the green underglaze is still on the paper, so I can just put this back on and use my finger to slowly rub on this area to make sure the ink is transferred onto the clay like that. So just rub slowly. You don't want to smear the underglaze everywhere. So I can peel slowly again. So if you see the strawberry here, there's still a little bit of glaze there, so I'm going to do it again. Just rub slowly. That's pretty good. Okay. Oh, here there's still a little bit of spots I like to have more ink on, so I'm just gonna slowly rub little bits here to make sure the ink get transferred over. Yep, that's pretty good. So it doesn't have to be perfect because this is handmade, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. This one, this leaf needs a little bit more rubbing. Alright, so that's one side. It's so beautiful. I love how detailed the transfer is and how bright the color is. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other three sides. Alright, so I finished all four sides and I wanted to show you just how gorgeous it looks. It's just an easy way to add surface design and decoration using underglaze transfer. So this is beautiful. I'm going to let it dry. Actually, on the inside I want to add a small strawberry over here, and then that's it. The next surface design I will be showing you is a carved design. So right now this basket is leather heart, which is perfect for carving. I've got different carving tools here, and I have some stamps. You can also put some stamps on your design, but today I'm just going to stick with carving. I'm not very good at freehand carving, so I'm using the end of this carving tool to kind of draft out my design. I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to go this way, then another line here and more here. So I'm going to start with this carving tool. The thing with this carving is that I want to make sure to just go lightly and not go too deep, because I might carve a hole in my berry basket, which is not something I want. Okay, so that's my first line. Just going in to deepen the line. Then the second line here. So this is more of an abstract design for this berry bowl. Then the third line here. Okay, so it's really abstract, whatever you want. And then here I think I'm going to do like a flower design. Something like that. And same here, I'm gonna do the same thing here. So because this bowl is going to be carved with different pattern, when I glaze, I'm going to pick a glaze that's good for texture. So make sure you like and subscribe to my channel so you can follow along for my next video for glazing. And you can see, and then I think it's a little bit blank. I'm going to do a bit more lines here just to make it more interesting. Alright, so I finished my carved design. I think it looks pretty cute. We'll see after glazing. I think the glaze will make a huge effect on how it looks in the end. The last surface decoration that I'm going to show you today is the Overglaze decal. I got this at the same place that I got the Underglaze transfer. So this is a bee design. You can only put Overglaze decal on glazed vessels. So it comes like this. I'm going to just cut one out to show you how it works. Okay, so I cut one out. It looks like a piece of cardboard paper, and I'm going to just put it in my bowl of clean water. I'm going to let it soak for a few minutes. While it's doing that, I'm going to cut out a few more bee designs. And I'm just going to put it in my bowl of water. And so today we are going to work with this berry basket. It's already been glazed with Coast cherry blossom glaze. Looks like that. So I'm going to put the bees here as decoration. And for these Overglaze decals, they are going to fire to Kong 018, Kong 018 or Kong 019, yes. So very, very, not as hot as my usual glaze firing. I think we're gonna start with these guys first. So it's been about a minute, less than a minute. And the first one I put in, it's ready for applying. I know it's ready is because when I pick it out from my bowl of water, I can just slowly slide it around. That means it's ready. So what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna put the bee right here. Like that. So I'm going to just slowly with this finger, I'm gonna just slide it off from the backing like that and onto my vessel. just like that. And with this little bit that's covering my hole, I think I'm actually going to trim it so it's not covering the hole. Just give me a second. I'm going to trim this part off. Okay. Alright, so this looks good. Next, I'm going to use my little red rib. This is my softest rib that I have. I'm going to just slide across my transfer. What I'm doing is I'm removing any water that is remaining under the transfer. I don't want to have any water there. I want the transfer to be smooth on my surface. So I'm removing any water and smoothing it at the same time. Okay, and that's it. I've got my first transfer on. It's looking pretty cute here. So after firing, the yellow backing will be gone and only the bee will remain fired onto the surface. I'm going to demonstrate one more. Let's pick a small bee. This time I'm going to make sure it's really close in so you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right here. So same thing, just one hand sliding it down, the other putting it on the vessel. Just like that. And dry my hand. And then I'm using my rib to smooth it out. And also removing any water from underneath the transfer. The only tip that I have for you is when you're applying to all the different surfaces, make sure your hand is dry and you're not accidentally moving the transfer that is already on the surface here. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to go ahead to do the other sides. Alright, so I finished putting on all the decals. So here's a tip. Sometimes if you put too many decals in your bowl of water and you're taking too long to put your decals on your wear, the decal can just come off from the backing and it might be a little bit more challenging to put on your wear, and that's what happened to some of my decals. So what you want to do is you want to just put 1 or 2 pieces in the water at a time. And it doesn't take long for it to come off from its backing. And another tip that I have for you is you want to trim as close to the design as possible. Unlike this one here, I have a lot of backing space around the design. So if your wear is not flat, you might have to do a lot of trimming around the design. So this would be a better example. So trim around the design. So here are the 3 designs I've showed you today: the Underglaze transfer, the carving design, and the Overglaze design. So let me know in the comments section which design you like the best. Thank you everyone for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.